What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Yammy Noob. We are aboard the 2015 Kawasaki H2. That's a riot. And I thought it was best to jump aboard this bike today and talk about how to squid safely. Now, squidding is a bit of a state of mind, in my opinion. I think some riders who are maybe not as clued into internet culture and kind of what we've done with the word here on the channel still view squidding as, you know, riding without wearing gear or a helmet or flip-flops or jixer bros. And yeah, that is a squid, but I think that all motorcycle riders have the innate tendency and ability to squid. And today I want to talk about how to do it safely and, you know, kind of talking about how to control those demons a little bit and what it really means to have fun on your motorcycle when it comes to that. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, you guys gotta know, this is a giveaway motorcycle. I had to point it out there. I love riding this thing around. I am probably going to get another H2 and keep for my own personal stable, because every time I ride this bike, I am reminded of just how special and amazing it is. But I am giving it away, so head over to yammynoob.co, pick out a hat, a t-shirt, some gear. We sell amazing helmets, tires, and all kinds of good stuff. You'll automatically get entered to win. You can also become a member. Join up, sign up, become a member. Rack up your entries that way. Get entered to win this motorcycle and any of the other fantastic motorcycles we have to give away. So let's begin. Now, when it comes to squidding and safety on your motorcycle, first and foremost, everybody has their own personal tolerance for risk and safety. You know, some people wouldn't even consider riding a motorcycle like this on the street. This is too fast for a lot of people. Holy crap, this thing's got torque. This is too fast for a lot of people. They wouldn't even consider it. And then other people like Jixer Broad jump aboard this thing and try to max it out immediately. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. And so unless your riding is putting other people in danger, which sometimes it can, and that's when I think the squidding is not okay. But if you are doing things within your limits and within what you're trying to do, and you're not putting anybody else in danger, I don't really see the problem personally. There is a school of thought, which I do agree in some capacity. I'm really putting the H2 through its suspension test today, so it might as well be an off-road part. You know, it's kind of like, there is the idea that, you know, by riding without wearing a helmet and doing dangerous stuff and killing yourself, there is a net loss to society. You have friends, you have family, so I don't think you should be riding in a way that's going to be putting yourself in danger. But again, everybody's risk tolerance is different, and today's subject is discussing how you navigate doing sillier things on motorcycles within reason and how to do it more safely. So first thing I want to say is you got to know your bike, you got to know your location, and you got to know your moments. It is very unwise to pile on speed in an area that is congested with traffic that you're not familiar with, and on a bike you don't know. So basically all of Jixer Braw's videos, which we're friends, don't worry, I love him, but I would personally never ride the way he does on the street. That's just not my style. It's way too dangerous for my taste. But yeah, I think you got to know all three of those variables very, very well. For instance, right now, I'm on a side street. There's a lot of traffic. I'm on a freaking 280 horsepower missile of a motorcycle. I'm cruising, guys. I'm using 5% throttle. I might juice it a little bit here and there, but I'm going to keep it well within the speed limit, maybe 5, 10, 15 miles above, and nothing more than that. And I think it's very dependent on the style of motorcycle you're riding too. You know, if you're riding a supermoto or maybe a dual sport or something, you can do different things at different speeds, right? Like, I can't really, you know, for lack of skill and the fact that it would be crazy, I'm not going to rip a first gear wheelie on this H2 in the middle of traffic. But I would, you know, if I jump on the highway in an on-ramp, I'm definitely gonna pin this motorcycle a little bit. You know, if I got clear traffic in front of me, I'm gonna have some fun, enjoy it, that type of thing. And I just think that you got to know what kind of bike you're on. So like I said, on a dual sport or supermoto, that style of bike lends itself much more to low speed shenanigans. You want to kind of jump off of curves and do wheelies and back it into a corner, you know, and you can do that somewhat within reason in more trafficked conditions like this. The bike is also smaller, more narrow, easier to manage, and it doesn't pile on speed nearly as fast. Motorcycles like this H2, leader bikes, really fast bikes, the amount of speed they pile on, especially for riders who are inexperienced, leads to a lot of catastrophic results. You know, when you're not as familiar with the bike and you're piling on speed like that, your closing distances are going to change dramatically. You know, you're not going to be able to stop this thing in time, and especially if you've decided to do that sort of thing in a crowded environment. I think the biggest thing when it comes to squidding on bikes and just having a little bit more fun, pushing the pace a little bit, just avoid intersections at all cost. Intersections are one of the deadliest places for motorcyclists. People are turning left, turning right, turning all kinds of ways, running red lights, doing a lot of stuff they shouldn't be doing, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're going way too fast and not able to predict and see what's going on. You want to have proper lane positioning, be sure that you're in the proper spot for everything like that, and you know, you really don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're going too fast through an intersection. Me personally, in suburbs and urban environments like this, dude, I keep it real easy, man. I don't do anything like that, and especially on this type of bike. I'm on one of the fastest motorcycles ever made, and so you can guarantee that you're not going to catch me, you know, ripping 90 miles an hour on public streets like that in crowded environments. Now, here in Texas, we have plenty of wide open big highways, lots of areas for you to go have some fun and explore and use a motorcycle like this. And so again, you got to pick those moments. You know, you got to make sure that you're thinking ahead 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of the people in traffic or around you, that you know your location, right? Because the elephant in the room is we obviously don't want speeding tickets. We don't want police to come after us and to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Jesus, this bike is fast. I've been riding that ZX4RR for a little too long. I forgot what kind of torque this thing can produce. So see right here, you know, I can push a little bit here. I could maybe get on the gas a little bit. Always covering my front brake too. You see right there, I allowed myself a little bit of leeway to get on the gas and enjoy my motorcycle, probably knowing that nobody was going to just jump out into the left lane. It's possible, and so you cover your front brake, you have an escape path set up, all the kind of stuff that Dan the fireman talks about, for example, in his videos, still applies whenever you're trying to have fun with your bike. Because at the end of the day, motorcycling is supposed to be fun. I don't know, like sometimes I watch videos where people try to really take the fun out of motorcycling, and I don't understand the point of that, you know? Like, we bought these things in order to have fun with them. We buy these bikes so that we can enjoy them and appreciate them, and because, yeah, we do have a bit of an adrenaline problem, you know? We want to feel what these things can do, and God almighty, some of them can do all kinds of amazing things. So it's all about picking those moments and really riding within a limit and a set for yourself. When it comes to curvy roads and twisty roads, you know, we don't have that much here in Texas. Here in Austin, we got a couple hill country roads and some decent stuff, but, you know, guys who live out in Colorado, California, Pacific Coast, all that kind of stuff, you know, you got these huge, long stretches of ribbon of asphalt that just go on for miles and twist and turn, and it's beautiful, right? And it's one of the best parts about riding a motorcycle on the street. But in reality, you know, if you're riding anywhere close to 70-80% on those roads, you're really asking for trouble. I'm gonna get you guys with a crazy statistic. The most common motorcycle accident is a single vehicle accident where the motorcyclist lost control. That's the most common thing that happens to motorcyclists. It's not other car drivers pulling out. It's not texting and driving people who are killing us. It's just us who have a lack of skill, a lack of awareness, lack of perception, and you're going out there on a fun twisty road and you're low-siding, or you're crashing into a guardrail, or you're target fixating and, you know, having yourself a bad time pretty much. I think I missed my exit. I think I'm supposed to be back on that highway over there. I have to flip around. Holy moly, that's 5th gear. I haven't ridden this bike in a while. This thing's insane. It's amazing how, when you take precautions, how safe motorcycling can be, you know? People, obviously you look at the statistics, it's 27 times more likely to die per vehicle mile. That's not great, right? That's what we in the biz call not great. But, you know, you can really take a lot of steps to ensure that you're not a statistic, you know? So, if you don't want to go super fast, don't buy a super fast bike, right? I think that's pretty obvious and self-explanatory, but I've seen a lot of guys that buy leader bikes that don't actually want to go fast and don't want to go on track. They want to just like cruise around the highways, and there are simply better motorcycles for that task, you know? You don't really have to get a 200 horsepower leader bike to cruise around on streets. You could buy something that's way more reasonable and way more chill, and that's going to serve you way better. Oh man, I really wish I hadn't missed my exit. I honestly think most riders would be best served by a mid-displacement sport touring bike. A Tracer 9 GT, V-Strom 650 or 1050, you know, stuff like that. I think that fits most people's actual needs way better, because most people want to cruise around and go on road trips and do those sorts of things. And I don't know, like, sport bikes are awesome and they really tug at our heartstrings and they're amazing, but at the same time, you know, they're really stupidly impractical things. All right, let's see if we can bank a Yui here. All right, nobody coming that way except for this random Mercedes, which I am going to cut off because I don't care. This bike is an animal. You know, I'm gonna say it too. Age has a really big determining factor. Now, I'm not gonna say every young person is a dummy doing dummy things on their motorcycle, but I'm turning 31 this year, and if I had a bike like this when I was 22, I wouldn't be here. I would have definitely killed myself. And I got close to killing myself, as you guys most famously know. I had a really nasty motorcycle accident about 6 years ago, and it was not fun. I don't recommend it. And so, with age comes wisdom. It comes the knowledge that you don't have to be gripping the throttle all the time, you know? There's moments, there's time, there's a quiet patience that comes with being a little bit older, and that you obviously want to still do dumb stuff, but you realize that if you keep pushing your luck and you keep twisting the throttle, eventually something really bad's gonna happen. You know, that's just how it goes. You can't really expect to constantly be on the gas without having to have a rapid unintentional dismount at some point. It's just gonna happen. But it's so hard to teach a younger guy that wisdom. And I've met some young guys who have their heads on screwed really straight, and, you know, kudos to them. They probably had better parenting than I did. But, you know, it's tough teaching a young person that you can't be doing that stuff all the time, because there's something about the little devil on your shoulder when you're riding a motorcycle. If you have it in you, it never goes away. You just want to do dumb stuff all the time. And truthfully, I do think that's where track days can come in, because when you have the opportunity to ride at 100%, you know, that's gonna let you come back to the street and not feel so compelled to grip it all the time, you know? You kind of exercise some of those demons and you can get it out a little bit. Another great way of doing that is dirt bikes. I mean, motocross is extremely adrenaline inducing. Riding trails can be too. And so you'll come back on the street and be a more calm, a more judicious rider. You won't be doing as many silly things. And so that's really what it comes down to, guys. When it comes to squidding on your bike, man, like, yes, it's always going to be dangerous. I don't really recommend speeding. It's generally a bad idea. But I think it's about knowing yourself, knowing your bike, knowing the area, and understanding that life is a bit of a spectrum. You know, there's a gray area for everybody. Your risk tolerances are different from everybody else. And at the end of the day, we ride motorcycles to have fun. You know, we're not riding these things just for... They're not washing machines, you know? We bought them because we want to use them and because they're fun and they're interesting, and by God, they're so fast, you know? And they're so fun to ride. See right here. Man, that's got some juice. Because that's what makes you feel alive, man. Nothing else does it for us. If you're a motorcyclist, nothing else does it for you, dude. That's it. That's what we need. That's what you need, you know? That's what I friggin' need. Gosh, the kinds of speeds this bike can do. I gotta get one of these for myself. Yeah, nothing else does it like that, baby. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's just a fun vlog. I just wanted to get on and talk about squidding. If you guys have comments, let me know down below about how you kind of approach this and how you think about this. It'd be useful to have a good conversation down in the comments below. I'll be chiming in as well as much as I can. I did want to shout out again that this is a giveaway motorcycle. I want to make sure you guys don't miss it because this is a really, really special one. We're probably never going to do something like this again. And you're definitely going to want to be entered to win this thing. So with all that being said, thanks so much for checking out today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later.